Hello everyone, I am VerdantTea and I'm back today with more rain code. After the chicanery and shenanigans of the last episode, we are finally ready to solve, well, at least proceed further into this labyrinth. I'm getting a really bad feeling about some things. Like, really bad. Anyway. I'm streaming over on Twitch now if you're interested in, like, Pokemon Nuzlocke or anything else like that. I'm working on those. So, anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get to it. Alright, and we're back here, so let's go ahead and head on up the stairs. Oh, that's a giant skull. Like, what is that?
When you think about who could get past security, the only option we know of is Amapal.
True, and that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But it's just a toy robot, right? How is it related to the case?
Somebody taped a knife to its arm.
Get through security, it must be important.
But how did it leave a boot print?
It's sealed off here, too.
Hey, there's an intercom. Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
No way.
Right?
Huh? Doctor?
Huh? Wait. What the? Wait. Who are you? Help! Somebody come help me!
Isn't this the footage of when the doctor was attacked?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
The mystery materialized. Must be related to what the doctor just said.
It was directed at.
The question is, who did the doctor say, "Who are you?" to? Well, I'll leave it to you.
I mean,
Reading at a time like this.
I would assume the culprit?
I can certainly understand why you'd want to choose that. But I considered all the various possibilities, but I couldn't figure out a way to get past the security. If I'm right, then there is no basis to infer that someone had entered the doctor's lab at this point.
Okay, fine.
You can't say the doctor was directing those words to the culprit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, fine. I'm a pal.
At this point in time, you still hadn't borrowed Amapal, yes?
Then...
Amapal itself has
However
weird it may be to talk about
but there were multiple Amapals. We know for a fact because Makoto said he had one.
shout out, "Who are you?" to a robot.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was the culprit.
Right.
Let's solve this thing!
No.
Oh?
I'm trying to see if there are any hidden choices. Or if it's a thing where I have to go through all the wrong choices in order to get to the right one. Really?
The trap didn't activate. Does that mean we found the right answer? Huh? So the right answer is no one? Why would the doctor say, "Who are you?" if no one was there?
The security was still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right? And that was before I borrowed Amapel. So the only explanation is that no one was there.
Why would he say that if no one was there?
I think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
What? That route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides, I am curious about what was going through his mind. It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble. Makes me wish I was.
So, Master,
Come out to the coast. We'll have a few drinks. We'll have some drinks, have a few laughs.
With why he said, "Who are you?" I think the doctor was putting on an act.
an act? Really?
The doctor put on an act for a reason, but I have no idea why. We have to figure that out by going down this doctor's motive route.
The doctor's not dead. The doctor, that wasn't the doctor's body, right?
He's here too?
He could have faked it.
Scurrying around. Do you really think you'll discover Dr. Weska's motive this way? Good luck with that, morons! He had no motive at all!
Ah.
You said there's nothing here. Let's head back.
Frickin' Vivia.
Then this route must be important.
Nah, fine.
Vivia, to be fair, you did come and save us.
Here because you maggots piss me off. So, I'm gonna end you here and now! This was all part of the doctor's plan? He didn't have a plan at all. That exchange...
Okay. Man and a woman. And the doctor's email records. Let's say, oh, probably the doctor's email record.
on the intercom wasn't an act. There was no reason to put on a show. The doctor misunderstood.
Ow.
You probably don't know this. Weska put his soul into his work. The research was going well.
Oh. I didn't mean to splash at that one.
Yeah.
This was all part of the doctor's plan.
Ah.
He didn't have a plan at all. That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act. There was no reason to put on a show. The doctor misunderstood. You probably don't know this. Weska put his soul into his work. The research was going well. The doctor was loyal to Amaterasu.
That's it. Ow, my pride.
No, the doctor was planning on betraying Amaterasu Corporation. He was trying to escape Kanai Ward.
Oh, in that case, forget that guy.
You little...
Can't blame me for you being wrong. I mean, you could, but you shouldn't.
What was that? What was he trying to deny? Why was he covering up the doctor's motives?
It seems that this case involves the inner workings of Amaterasu.
Right. The doctor was going to betray Amaterasu, and whoever he was emailing knew that. So the doctor locked himself in the lab to protect himself from that person.
Perhaps the doctor's act had something to do with that.
Not again.
It's the security gate. Everything's locked up.
Again.
Which means this is a complex problem. We have to choose the right door and insert the correct solution key.
This is way more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you, Yuma.
As always.
Okay, bye.
Oh,
What? Oh. See, I think it was swapping places, like faking his demise. Ow.
Oh, the door actually opened. I knew I could let Yuma handle it.
are you sure you aren't a phantom?
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu. The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid. He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
At the very least, it'd buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward. Or so he thought.
Wow! Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid? Yay! So cool and grotesque! So who is the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the hitman. The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape. When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance had arrived.
No, because he didn't let anybody in, as you so gleefully pointed out previously.
Use the body as a decoy.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up? Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by peacekeepers.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
And that was the act he put on by asking you, who are you?
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
He was trying to lure Master?
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system.
So that...
Acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
I mean, there's some flaws in that.
Like those guys who overthink asking girls out?
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors. People from outside to pull it off.
We're going to be responsible for one of the other detectives dying now, aren't we? Right. Better not be Halara. Very upset with that. Alright, let's see what's here in the restricted access area.
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab...
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now. Close.
Shinigami?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange. So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
While Yuma was getting on my pal?
Where are we?
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Huh? Shinigami?
Can't leave your Danganronpa past behind, can ya?
Important turning point! So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet!
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside. Now then, here's a fateful fork in the road. It's life or death! We are at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your last. Now, Master, which one will you choose?
No. No. Wait, how? Because all the security was still on. Oh. Okay. Culprit entered the lab before Amabel. I guess that's a yes.
When I directed Amapel to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in him.
So I was thinking more like The security, though, was still active, which would have killed the intruder. I was thinking that as Amapal was pushing the button to open up the door, the person snuck in past Amapal and then stabbed the doctor, and then when Amapal entered, they kicked it over, went and hid.
Which means he was murdered before Amapal entered the doctor's lab.
Your answer?
Oh, the lab, not security area. I mean, yeah, still.
Is correct!
Ah.
Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
Oh, thank goodness, beautiful 3 dimensions again.
The culprit entered.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet. It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapal entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
But Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapal.
Oh no.
She said no one entered or left the lab.
No, because she couldn't have been inside at the time. Okay. Right? Oh, not again.
Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
This is a map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where, Yuma?
Here.
Has to be right.
Culprit must have been here.
Oh, thank goodness that was right. Okay. I probably cut out like a full minute of me going like, here or here?
When we went to borrow Amapal, the culprit had to have already made their way inside. But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
Yeah.
By the way, but I thought he was just hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime. So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Built a little nest.
The culprit was waiting for their chance.
Had a nice little blankie.
No idea when we sent Amapal into the airlock.
And from there, Yuma, you guided Amapal to the doctor's lab. So the culprit entered the doctor's lab before then? How would that be possible? Only Amapal could get past security, right?
Yeah, that's the next big question.
Maybe the culprit used another Amapal unit.
No, the researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapal.
Which means the Amapal Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
What about the one Makoto said he had?
Advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
They also said there was one that looked like Monokuma in the frickin'
Use it.
loading screen.
The doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
Sure.
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
Okay.
Motion denied. Another fork in the road? Such a complicated mystery labyrinth.
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
But unfortunately, that's something we'll have to wait until next episode to solve. Sorry everyone, I know. It's getting really good, but at this point in time in the game, I can't get away from it for several hours, so... as in, it won't even let me save, so... I had to break up this one into several chunks, and so this is a recorded outro afterwards, but it's really good. You have to keep tuned in for this one because it is good, like really good. And I want to also say, if you liked this video, then please, I hope you'll go ahead and leave a like on it. And if you wouldn't mind also hitting subscribe if you're not already, it would mean the world to me. It's free, it's easy, it shows that you appreciate the channel. And if you wouldn't mind, leave a comment. Engagement helps, I swear. And if you can't think of a comment, let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know. How do you think the culprit used Amapal? Wrong answers only. Like, the more bizarre, the better. Yeah, that'll be fun. See what people come up with. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me on this episode. I hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, stay awesome. Bye now.